Hello, Sofin here. Today I watched a new film called Flow, and now I want to talk about it. Flow is an animated adventure film with fantasy elements. The story follows a group of animals learning to work together while surviving a devastating flood. Mattis Kaza and Gintz Zilbalodis wrote the story, and Gintz Zilbalodis directed the film. As a heads up, the film is a little bit different from your typical film in that it's completely silent. There are no speaking characters, and there is no narration of any kind. What you see is what you get. I decided to give Flow a chance after seeing a description of the film because I grew up on stories about sentient animals and now I'm a sucker for anything even remotely resembling my childhood. Curse you, Watership Down. Flow is an emotional tale about a world-ending flood that causes a group of animals to band together aboard a boat in order to survive. A cat, a dog, a lemur, a capybara, and a secretary bird. The animals all behave like normal animals at first. They're wary of the other animals and try to avoid each other. Then as they're confined, they're forced to interact and end up helping one another. As the waters rise, new dangers present themselves. Animals are called to face greater challenges, and they meet them together. It's a tale of family, survival, and adaptation told through an anthropomorphic lens. The story is full of twists and turns. It starts off with a cat avoiding danger and keeps you in a constant loop of worrying about the animal's safety and having your heart warmed by their interactions. There's a lot of excitement with the world flooding and them facing a challenge every 10 minutes or so. The story's meaning is a little bit unclear in places, but the overall themes are fairly easy to decipher. The ending is quite moving and wraps everything up beautifully with a lot of joy and a touch of tragedy. The only downside the story has is that it requires you to connect with animals that have somewhat generic personalities. They're just a cat, a dog, a lemur, a capybara, and a bird. They're not doing anything crazy special or pontificating on the meaning of life. They also haven't been humanized all that much. They still act like animals. Cast-wise, there aren't any performances to talk about. There are no actors, no voices, just the character models and how they move. That said, the film does an excellent job making the different animals into unique characters and giving them emotion. You have the cat, who is a solitary being trying to flee from others and live on his own. Dog is a happy-go-lucky golden retriever who just wants someone to be around. Capybara is like a mother hen, always trying to corral everyone else and keep them from fighting. Lemur is a selfish creature obsessed with his treasures. The bird is a bit of an enigma that appears to take the lead. Each of them goes through their own journey and grows as sentient creatures. They fight, make up, and even seem to develop a sense of family. All of it's shown through the animals communicating in their normal tongues and through physical displays. Visually, the film is filled with impressive landscapes and great storytelling. The characters themselves are a bit simple artistically. They look like real animals with slightly exaggerated features. Their movement, however, perfectly captures their real-life counterparts. Their initial responses resemble real-world interactions as well. The cat and the dog don't get along, the capybara is friendly with everyone, and the lemur loves shiny objects. It isn't until the bird joins them that we see more human-like behavior. The landscape they traverse is a mountain region with a bunch of abandoned human locations scattered throughout it. They begin in the bottom of the valley with the water slowly rising and pushing them up the mountain sides. For standout scenes, there's a lot of exciting danger moments, times where the waters are closing in on one of the characters or they've fallen off the boat. These tend to be fast-paced and drive home the danger the character faces. There are also a lot of heartwarming moments where the animals comfort one another or work together in human-like ways. These scenes tend to be big spectacle moments with a lot of energy and emotion to them. Sound-wise, the film is effective but not memorable. They used a lot of instrumental tracks to create natural slow sounds that soften and stiffen with the intensity of the story. They draw out a lot of emotion from the scenery but never take center stage. The tracks are just too simple to have any real definition, but they're effective in what they're trying to accomplish. Personally, I found myself drawn into the film but never quite sure where it was going. That mystery created a sense of excitement that I enjoyed a lot. They included a lot of great emotional moments, and it had a lot of ups and downs too. I found the film to be entertaining with a lot of great food for thought. The visual journey is solid, the soundtrack does what it needs to, and the story is incredibly well written. There's a few metaphors I don't think I quite understood, but that's probably on me. As for a rating, I'd give this film a 7 out of 10. Remember, these are just my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye-bye!